Hi everyone, I'm Emily Plasky. Today I'll be sharing my fourth grade ELA lesson, Words with More Than One Life, where students explored multiple meaning words using digital tools to build vocabulary and critical thinking skills. This lesson addresses two Georgia standards, determining the meaning of multiple meaning words using context clues, and referring to details and examples in a text to explain meaning. It also aligns to ISTE standards, with students using digital tools to collaborate, curate resources, and create original work. The first tool we started with was a Nearpod, an interactive lesson that introduced multiple meaning words to students. Students completed activities like polls, matching games, and open-ended responses to apply context clues. I uploaded the Nearpod link directly to Microsoft Teams so students could access it easily. And I have it linked here. I'm going to take you. So this is the Nearpod. It was Words with More Than One Life, exploring multiple meaning words using context clues. I listed their I can statements. They then had an open-ended question that asked what comes to mind when they hear the word bat to kind of just get them thinking. They watched a video on multiple meaning words. I used an example and we talked about the word spring, how we had a picnic in the spring and they identified what type of meaning spring had in that sentence. And then I watched the deer spring over the fence and they determined the type of meaning the word spring had in that sentence. They then got to play a matching game to find both definitions of a word. They did a I just learned. The next tool, students moved on to Padlet, where they created and shared original sentences using multiple meaning words. They also gave feedback on classmates' posts to promote collaboration and to deepen their understanding. The Padlet link was also posted in Microsoft Teams for easy access, for students. Basically, I had them pick a multiple meaning word and create two sentences. One sentence should use the first meaning, and then the other one should use the second meaning. And then they comment on a classmate's post with positive feedback or maybe a new sentence idea they can use. We had more of a classroom discussion after that point when we were doing the Padlet. The next tool was quizzes. They finally completed a quizzes for a quick, gamified check of understanding. It included questions about using context clues to choose the correct meaning of words like bat, spring, and bark, so the ones that we had covered over the last few days in our mini lessons. They loved how it turned, review into a game, and I think they all understood the difference between a lot of different words at that point. Here is just an example of what their quizzes looked like. They started out by saying what helps you figure out the meaning of a word you don't know, and to get them to always look for context clues to help them figure that out. One of the biggest successes was student engagement, especially in Padlet, where they enjoyed creating and commenting. I also think they enjoyed, commenting out loud and discussing it within their table groups as well. One challenge was that some students needed tech support. I do think that, early on, being new to some of these tools, giving them that tech support. So moving forward, I know that I probably have to model each tool before the lesson, so spending some time modeling before implementing it. And then uploading Nearpod and Padlet in Teams really helped minimize, technical delays. It was an extra step on my end because I had to upload it and make sure every student had it in both of my reading blocks. And my final thoughts and future ideas. This lesson supported the 4 C's, so collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. The digital tools gave students voice and choice in what they wanted to do, what they wanted to create, the sentences and words they wanted to create. And moving forward, I'd like to extend this lesson by having students maybe create some sort of like flip video with partners and talking about the different meanings, and maybe they can bring in props to show the different meanings, or they could create some sort of maybe comic strip or extended writing where they could draw it out, using multiple meaning words to create, blend vocabulary practice with creativity. Thank you for watching.